Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into Russia's massive gamble to completely overhaul their aviation industry with the brand new Tupolev Tu-214M. We will break down how they are cutting weight, kicking the flight engineer out of the cockpit, and pushing passenger capacity to the absolute limit to compete with Airbus and Boeing. You definitely want to stick around until the very end, because we are looking at whether this machine can actually save Russian commercial flight, or if it is just a temporary band-aid. Here at Altitude Addicts, we track these shifts closely, so let us get straight into how Russia is engineering this survival strategy. Russia's aviation industry is actively developing this next-generation Tupolev Tu-214M, which represents a key step towards establishing a completely autonomous civil aviation sector. Although the Kazan aviation plant has already resumed serial production of the current base model, Tupolev engineers are currently pouring resources into this greatly improved version. The modernization program was specifically designed to resolve long-standing airline concerns, enhance operational economics, reduce crew requirements, cut down on overall aircraft weight, and increase passenger capacity. Tupolev's most recent statements suggest that the company is exploring aggressive methods to increase the number of passenger seats. At the same time, they are implementing broader enhancements that could render the aircraft far more appealing to major Russian carriers. This project stands as one of the most significant upgrades to the framework since the aircraft was first introduced to service, and it has the clear potential to significantly influence Russia's aviation strategy over the next decade. Now, looking closely at how they plan to pull this off, the main focus is shifting heavily toward passenger capacity. Tupolev has affirmed that it is collaborating directly with seat manufacturers to conduct full-scale cabin mock-up studies. These are designed to satisfy demanding airline requirements while squeezing an increased number of passengers into the exact same tube. This action is highly indicative of the rapidly evolving priorities of Russian airlines right now. Carriers are increasingly seeking layouts that maximize revenue potential on domestic and regional itineraries, despite the fact that the standard model can already accommodate 180 to 210 passengers, contingent upon the exact configuration. Modern Boeing 737-900ER airliners, Airbus A321 jets, and other high-capacity narrow-body aircraft are operated by airlines that have become totally accustomed to denser seating arrangements that drastically enhance daily profitability. According to ongoing industry discussions, the upgraded model could ultimately accommodate approximately 220 passengers in a single-class configuration as a direct result of this modernization initiative. It would rank among the highest capacity narrow-body aircraft operating anywhere in Russia. This specific figure would greatly strengthen its competitiveness against both Western aircraft and future domestic designs. Just for context, depending on the architecture, the current variants max out at 210 passengers. To see how this works in the real world, we can gather unique insights from S7 Airlines and UVT Aero. UVT Aero, which is a regional carrier, previously assessed cabin configurations that could accommodate 178 and 182 passengers in expectation of receiving these jets. Both of their planned configurations maintained a standard economy-class seat pitch of approximately 780 millimeters and included a dedicated business-class section. It is intriguing that this specific airline did not pursue the aircraft's highest certified seating arrangement of over 200 passengers because they actively prioritized passenger comfort over raw numbers. But look, when you talk about the big players, the strategy changes completely. During discussions between S7 Airlines and United Aircraft Corporation regarding a massive potential order for 100 aircraft, a totally distinct approach was proposed. According to reports, both parties collaborated closely on a dense cabin configuration that could accommodate up to 213 passengers. This shows that major carriers place a massive value on higher density configurations when they are trying to milk profit out of congested domestic routes. It appears that the new design is intended to take this exact concept to the next level. Airlines would have a substantially increased revenue-generating potential on each flight without needing a completely clean-sheet aircraft design if the engineering achieves a practical capacity of approximately 220 passengers. Now, we are about 5 minutes into this breakdown, but do not go anywhere, because coming up next is the massive shift in the cockpit that changes everything, followed by how this plane stacks up against the iconic Boeing 757. The community at Altitude Addicts needs to hear this next part, because it is where the real economic math happens. This brings us to the two-pilot cockpit revolution, which might actually be the most important modification of all, and it does not even concern the passengers. A three-person flight crew consisting of a captain, a first officer, and a flight engineer is absolutely mandatory for the current older model. This heavy arrangement is a direct byproduct of the design philosophies of Soviet-era aviation. Despite its technical effectiveness, having 3 people up front puts the aircraft at a massive disadvantage in comparison to contemporary Western airliners that necessitate only 2 pilots. Let's be totally blunt here. Flying a commercial plane with a third mouth to feed in the cockpit nowadays is just a giant headache for an airline's accounting department. Tupolev has formally confirmed that intense efforts are currently ongoing to develop a specialized 2-crew version of the aircraft. This modernization alone has the potential to completely rewrite the economics for regional airlines. By cutting out the flight engineer, the aircraft aligns perfectly with existing global industry standards, streamlines crew scheduling, and slashes labor costs. A 2-pilot setup would be significantly more appealing to airlines that are actively considering prospective fleet acquisitions than the current, outdated configuration. This initiative is highly comparable to the older Tu-214M program, which successfully introduced a 2-pilot cockpit arrangement and advanced avionics. Pause 0. The development of this new model is anticipated to be heavily influenced by the numerous lessons learned from that experience, as it was the most sophisticated evolution of the family built around a 2-pilot flight deck. Moving past the cockpit, there is a hidden advantage that people rarely talk about, and that is massive weight reduction. Although Tupolev has kept the exact technical details close to their chest, aviation experts predict that this modernization could shave the aircraft's weight down by approximately 2.5 tons. Now, that might sound like a modest number to a casual observer, but a reduction in weight of that size has a cascading, massive effect on the daily operational expenses of an airline. An airliner's operational range can be extended, fuel efficiency is enhanced, and payload flexibility gets a massive boost with each single kilogram removed from the frame. In a highly competitive airline industry, even minor improvements in fuel consumption can result in millions of dollars in savings over the course of an aircraft fleet's entire operational lifespan. Engineers will be required to tear apart and investigate several potential areas for weight reduction. These areas involve updated wiring systems, completely revised structural components, modernized avionics, lighter cabin interiors, and improved materials technology that simply did not exist when the original plane was drawn up on the drafting boards. The aircraft's economics on a per-seat basis will be greatly improved by this combination of increased seating capacity and reduced weight, making it a fierce competitor against contemporary narrow-bodies. This engineering overhaul positions the aircraft perfectly within the future fleet of Russia. We are nearing the 10-minute mark of our deep dive, but stay tuned until the very end because we are about to reveal the exact Western equivalents this plane is trying to replace on high-demand routes. Russian manufacturers are under intense pressure to ramp up production while simultaneously killing off their reliance on foreign suppliers, as domestic airlines will require hundreds of brand new aircraft in the coming years. The upgraded plane occupies a totally unique position because it provides an immediate, proven alternative, while MC-21 production progressively scales up, while also offering a much higher capacity than the smaller SJ-100. High-demand domestic routes connecting key hub cities such as Moscow, St. Petersburg, Novosibirsk, Yekaterinburg, and Sochi would be particularly attractive to this modernized jet. It is fully capable of carrying approximately 220 passengers with only 2 pilots up front. It may also be a perfect fit for charter operations and high-density leisure itineraries, where the primary business objective is simply to maximize passenger numbers due to its relatively spacious cabin design. When we look for the closest Western equivalent, the true global significance of this modernization program becomes incredibly clear. As passenger capacity climbs up to 220 seats and operational efficiency gains momentum, the aircraft begins to mirror the exact market segment occupied by the Airbus A321, and historically, the legendary Boeing 757. The Boeing 757 is potentially the most accurate historical parallel we can draw. With the capacity to transport over 200 passengers, both aircraft are medium-range twin jets that operate out of airports predominantly designed for narrow-body aircraft. The maximum takeoff weight, generous payload capacity, and robust airframe render this Russian design far more comparable to the 757 than to smaller aircraft, such as the standard Boeing 737 family. But if we are looking at this from the perspective of a modern commercial airline, the Airbus A321 is the benchmark that actually matters. The A321 became one of the most successful narrow-body airliners in the world because it perfectly combined high passenger capacity with hyper-efficient economics. Russian airlines desperately need a domestic alternative for dense trunk routes, and an upgraded plane that can handle 220 passengers fills that exact slot. This comparison is especially critical because Russia presently lacks a direct homegrown equivalent to the Airbus A321. Although the MC-21 is expected to compete predominantly against the Boeing 737 MAX-8 and Airbus A320neo, this modernized Tupolev has the potential to capture the higher capacity segment sitting right above them. This would provide Russian airlines with a domestically produced aircraft capable of servicing key routes where travel demand consistently exceeds 200 passengers per flight. The economic gap will be greatly reduced by this larger seating capacity, reduced weight, and planned 2-pilot cockpit, even though it will continue to rely on PS-90A engines rather than the absolute latest generation power plants used by Western competitors. This brings us to the final chapter for the legendary Tu-214 line, which is far more than just a straightforward cabin redesign. It is a massive undertaking to completely reimagine one of Russia's most significant airliners for a brand new era of civil aviation. Tupolev's goal is to convert the aircraft from a revived legacy design into a legitimately competitive modern airliner by maximizing seats, shedding weight, and dropping down to a 2-pilot cockpit. The project has the potential to become the most commercially appealing and capable variant of the entire aircraft family ever constructed if the engineering program hits its targets. Here at Altitude Addicts, we think this modernization layout may prove that updating an existing frame is just as vital as launching entirely new aircraft programs during a time when Russia is fighting for complete self-reliance in the skies. Whether this machine remains a temporary patch or becomes a dominant pillar of commercial aviation for decades to come will entirely depend on the success of this ambitious attempt. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos